G2B.
Exactly, right? Like Cerberus Esports, we did say that Camille will definitely get first picked by G2 Blacklist as a champion that will be piloted by Ime. But immediately, Cerberus Esports counters that by banning away the champion that Ime is so comfortable on and so successful on as well. Now, Cerberus Esports will not hesitate to bring about one of their primary Baron lane favorites in the Renekton. And it does look like that, sure, like Cerberus Esports would definitely win the top side just because it's a Renekton, especially if paired with the Lee Sin. But when it comes to execution, G2 Blacklist might still get the upper hand, especially knowing that this Jace might just go to KD.
I mean, they're already used to the playstyle here of Cerberus Esports, right? No matter what champion Taco actually picks up. He was notorious on his Riven before, especially during C games, but the Renekton as well has been really rising up to the occasion, especially for Taco, especially because of the buff that this champion received way back. And now G2 Blacklist going with their strengths, Golden Kite on one of the best champions to use when you're good at kiting, the Zeri now picked up.
Exactly, very mobile champion and very decent when it comes to dishing out damage. Now that Renekton is also a takeaway, right? Like we have to remember that Ime, if not on Camille, is also very effective on the Renekton. And so Cerberus Esports is really wanting to target down the top side. Now Gragas will be picked up by Draw. A very good pick in the mid lane for BMM as well. The Vladimir is going to get picked up here. Now Cerberus Esports will be starting the second ban phase. And I'm imagining that they will be targeting down more jungler options. No, they are going to target away potential counters to the Vladimir, possibly Kassadin as well.
Yeah. Well, now they have a choice, right? Either ban the Kassadin or ban the Zoe as well, since that Zoe has been one of the matchup on the Vladimir. Though we have seen a Vladimir win already against a Zoe, but the trend says, the average says that Zoe will win, so they will focus on that as well. Now
Kassadin is left open. Still is an option for Aaron to be the one to pick up the Zeri and have a laning, just a very passive laning phase during the first few minutes of the game. By the way, G2 Blacklist banning away the Varus, one of Genza's pocket picks as well, and will most likely... Oh, wow, okay, I love this adaptation coming from G2 Blacklist, just denying the Lee Sin and taking it away from Y1. Now, Vi is going to be left open, one of the champions. I feel Y1 is so comfortable. And I feel that this is also going to translate into a very good top side for them, because this is so easy to use. And we have to remember that in patch 4.4a, the Vi did actually get some buffs as well. So all things considered, Cerberus Esports so far in their 4 picks, very good ones.
And to add that Y1 is actually really loving the Vi and the Lee Sin. I think those 2 champions are his priority so far. He gets one and will be comfortable. They have crowd control on Cerberus Esports, but I love the Gwen and the Shen from G2B.
Yeah, it does look like the KD is going to play the Shen in the jungle. And that really is still screaming that they want to win the side lanes. That whenever they win the side lane matchup, featuring Ime on the top side, it will just be so beneficial for the play and for the plans of G2 Blacklist. Now, the thing here, Kiyang, is you look at the matchup on the top side, right? Gwen versus Renekton. First few levels, you have to give it to the Renekton. But as the game progresses, as the game goes longer, the Gwen will definitely have the advantage, especially knowing that the Stand United can be called upon every single time.
There's also the anti-auto attack that can block the Renekton, the Vi, the Tristana, and even the Ornn later on. So Ime gonna be having so many avenues of opportunity to just snip everybody down. And it's not only him that is gonna be the problem. Golden Kite on the Zeri with the help of Draw on the Gragas. Man, it's everything here for G2 Blacklist. Cerberus Esports, they have good composition here. There's so many ways for them to actually set up fights. But they need to be careful of the counter punch on the haymakers of G2B.
Exactly, especially knowing that Explosive Casts by Draw has been winning team fights left and right for G2 Blacklist. Game number 1 is almost underway here, Giang. Just looking at the draft, very well drafted by both these teams. I kind of have to still give it to G2 Blacklist, especially knowing that they have the Shen and the Gwen at the top side. It will all boil down as to how how effective their planning is and their execution is, because so far, like, their plan is to really scale well into the late game, especially knowing that this Shen will be very good in side lane matches.
Especially when I think we do see a good trend already on when the Shen gets picked up. It's either the Gwen or the Camille, right? And it makes so much sense.
Okay, we did not see this coming because there's no map to really see a potential lane trade. In Cerberus Esports, we saw this from them when they played against Team Flash. They are not hesitant to go for a lane swap very early. Cerberus Esports here to surprise G2 Blacklist. One way to control G2 Blacklist is to control their Baron laner, and they are now sending 2 people to do just that.
Just give Ime a hard time in the Baron lane, bully him as much as possible, threaten a tower dive, threaten a tower takedown. I think this is one way for them to at least dictate the flow of the game, especially in the first few minutes. It's already the second plating removed here at the first minute.
Exactly, and so now G2 Blacklist is the one responding and will be the one to send their Dragon laner to the top side, really delaying the tempo of G2 Blacklist's Cerberus Esports. Now, CES still has the option to play tag and play, catch up. Because right now, you look at Genza, he's now trying to recall. And Genza will most likely go downstairs and still try to push on their tempo. Now, Y1 and the Keno, they do have a lot of crowd control, but good warding coming from G2 Blacklist will be able to spot out Y1.
We see you, Y1. We're watching you as well. Don't gank here in the top lane. It looks like Cerberus Esports won't send their dual laners in the bot lane anymore, so we won't see that game of tag. Cerberus Esports did pick up a couple of gold lead, especially with the plates that they have secured in the tier 1. And
level 5 Y1, but he was spotted on a ward. Now G2B, they have to be careful.
They need to be very careful here. But I think we are going to be seeing a recall for now on Y1, going back to the base. Possibly bot lane is going to be a good lane to gank here for this Vi. Good plating security by Ime though, equalizing the amount of gold that Cerberus Esports acquired in top. G2B is okay with the trades.
Taku is almost level 5, and that's the reason why he was feeling confident in going for that trade. And again, this is kind of expected, right? Especially with the delay on tempo to the side of Ime. The level advantage will be on the Renekton. On the top side though, there is a potential gank. But again, Cerberus Esports trying to play it passively and trying to just be as careful as possible. They know that they are in the lead, and there's no way that they're throwing it that away. Especially against the proactiveness by KD. No. But in the mid lane, wow, okay. Is that an Ignite? Yep, that's an Ignite that was used by BMM to try to retaliate to the damage that was dealt by Aaron. But here in the bot lane,
this might be very tough for Ime. I actually thought that Y1 would Vault Breaker into a flash to the cease and desist to chase down Aaron. It looks like they want to respect, especially that KD does have the stand united.
Exactly.
Very unavailable counterplays there.
Yep, counter gank is definitely still available to G2 Blacklist. Cerberus Esports does know that. And again, it's just playing as safe as possible. Now, Cerberus Esports, for sure, with the way they started the game, they will not really go for any risky play. They will just wait for the objective to spawn up. Golden Kite should still have all the dashes available, and I believe he still has flash available, so there's no way that Cerberus Esports can lock down the Zeri.
So many avenues to escape for now on G2B. It has been a slow tempo early game, right? No hard commit ganks, no pressure that much, except for the platings that both of these teams have acquired so far. But it's about to be changed later on. We're about to reach 5 minutes. Objectives will spawn. I think Cerberus Esports would love to secure the Rift Herald, but with G2B's pressure or priority on Dragons, they might want to contest it.
Surely both of them wants to go for the Rift Herald early, because anyone that gets the tempo advantage and basically territory advantage in this game will have so many benefits, especially knowing that they're really playing as passively as possible, as careful as possible. Cerberus Esports just doesn't want to give that extra space to G2 Blacklist.
They're checking each other all the time as well. I want to commend Y1 for always like looking for ways to maybe enter a particular lane just in case G2B overextend even for a little bit. So I'm going in the mid lane a while, but looks like Akeno wants to actually engage. Aaron is already low.
No way!
Shot connect now, but BMM secures the kill. Draw a little bit late, and that counter engage in Service Esports gets first blood.
Yeah, explosive cast not hitting Akeno, but it didn't really matter. Hemoplague had enough burst, and that's a first blood over to Cerberus Esports. Meanwhile, G2 Blacklist has decided to just trade it off, and KD, although he had Stand United, he was focusing the Rift Herald and goes for the objective play instead of helping his teammate. Now G2 Blacklist will try to equalize the pressure of getting that tower on top side.
Stand United gonna be used though. Here comes Aaron with hammer form. McKenna will be flashing away as Genza does have the potential to maybe push him back. But let's see. Cerberus Esports backing away. And quick wits here on G2B and Cerberus Esports actually, because they saw Aaron dying in the mid lane and we saw KD immediately going to the Rift Herald to at least secure one objective and translate it to a tower in top. So they're the ones actually leading in terms of gold.
Exactly. Again, that's the goal. Whenever you go for the Rift Herald, first tower should at least provide you some separation gold-wise. But you still have to credit Cerberus Esports, especially with the engage that they did in the mid lane. How many times have we seen Genza on engaged champions do so well? And they know that Aaron does not have any flash. You look at the 3 members of Cerberus Esports, they can pull the trigger at any time. And they can even dive him down, especially knowing that his flash is burnt.
Quite a bit of changes in the item priorities right now on the Vladimir though. Most of the time we do see like the Magi Soul Stealer being picked up first. But due to the change in price from 1,500 to 1,800, now we see the Cosmic Drive being prioritized even more. With Esports, just looking for avenues, Y1 is very consistent in the rotation.
Yeah. And just to piggyback on your thoughts about the Magi Soul Stealer, especially at this point in the game that there is really no guarantee that you will be able to snowball that item, it still is kind of safer to go for the orthodox play of building Cosmic Drive into potential Crown still, because I know for a fact that, you know, Crown may have been nerfed, may have gotten nerfed, but still very effective. Draw going in.
Good Stand United by KD, and Akeno is just locked down.
Wow.
No influence by Genza at all.
In the next few minutes, G2 Blacklist has the man advantage, the power of going and using the Stand United very offensively. Now the tower plating has already expired. Y1 won't be able to catch up Ime, but they will still be able to secure the tower on the top side. That's 2-1 towers total in the first game.
And it's all thanks to their good defense a while ago by G2 Blacklist in the mid lane. Let's check this replay.
Yeah, draw again, burning his flash, catching Akeno. They know that he doesn't have flash in there to really deal the final blow. Oh, mid lane!
Y1 a bit overextended there, but they have been successful in taking down Aaron, so at least it's gonna be a 1-for-1. G2B might want more, never mind.
We also did say that, you know, dives like that are bound to happen, especially in this matchup in where you have the Vladimir. Vladimir is one of the best diving champions in the game, just because of the Sanguine Pool, right? You get the aggro, and then you escape by just using one skill. Now draw going in.
Oh no, Genza is overextended. Call of the Forge God though to dissuade them out. Stand United a little bit wasted there by KD as well. Good disengage by Cerberus Esports.
Very much, right? Cerberus Esports using Tristana's Rocket Jump and Flash to make sure that they will survive. I thought for a second the draw was a bit I would say overzealous, overcommitting his ultimate there. But turns out that was the right play. That was the very aggressive play that G2 Blacklist wanted to do. However, it was still to the advantage of Cerberus Esports because there's no Stand United in the next few minutes.
And it's again an opportunity for Cerberus Esports to maybe make a play somewhere in the map. They have been very consistent in catching Aaron, and it might be pivotal for them to take this tier 1 as well. 133 HP, that's very tempting to actually dive.
Surely, 45 seconds before the dragon spawns up, and so now if you're Cerberus Esports, you kind of want to pressure down the mid lane, have some priority here and there before even starting that dragon. We look at the gold chart. KD still on the Shen will still have the most gold in the game.
I think we have seen a game yesterday as well with that the Shen actually
Wait,
has like
no way.
1 HP. Alright, they just commit onto it.
Yep.
OCD by Cerberus Esports.
And it's not even a very big commitment, right? Like Y1 tanked 1 tower shot, which is very sustainable. Same can be said for Genza taking 1 tower shot as well, and that's the mid lane tower down for G2 Blacklist. And so now, if you're Cerberus Esports, you kind of want to ride Akeno's ability to call for his ultimate, because that's definitely going to be the very big go signal for Y1 and company to follow through. Resets can happen at any time. They have a Tristana, right? Like that can jump over and over again, but Draw in the area will still want to challenge this Infernal Dragon.
Akeno just preventing any sort of follow-up coming in from G2 Blacklist as well. Dominus has been popped up by Taku. This might be the single for Cerberus Esports to go in. The Sand United is going to be used. Who will get the drag? Looks like Cerberus Esports actually wants to go onto the team fight instead. The backline has been breached. Akeno will flash away, but they do secure the dragon here for Cerberus Esports. Not getting it actually. KD, great steal. Y1 might actually be great knock up by Akeno. Stops Ime on the onslaught, but a good counter punch by Golden Kite. Gets a kill. Akeno might actually be in trouble here, but as they progress, KD with the soaking damage, with the follow-up as well, and G2 Blacklist gets everything there.
Time and time again, if you do not check Golden Kite, he will be able to dish out the maximum amount of damage. And in that team fight, he dished out 5,500 damage. You have to check Golden Kite. You have to focus the guy. Because on Zeri, he is just so capable of winning team fights by himself. Let's look at that once again. Draw going in with the Stand United as well. That's a combo that has been the bread and butter by G2 Blacklist. And although that explosive cask wasn't that great, KD still was able to secure the dragon. Those, we did say it, right? Like, almost always, KD is going to be superior when it comes to smite fights.
But might not be in the team fight, as this Vladimir of BMM actually secures 2 kills. 2 versus 1, not even a problem. But let's see. Draw is also here. Just setting up with the cast.
Okay, finally.
Low, but great burst coming in there. Even with the Zeri here of Golden Kite, getting the damage done, getting the last hit as well. Akeno won't be able to survive anymore, but Draw gets a kill. But Baron, initiated by Cerberus Esports.
Exactly. When they saw 3-4 members of G2 Blacklist downstairs, they immediately went for the Baron. A very clutch play, macro-wise, by Cerberus Esports. Now, they have the Baron buff for themselves. Cerberus Esports definitely having the advantage right then, right there.
And we talked about this game, this series, being a banger, right? Cerberus Esports definitely delivering what they need to do. G2 Blacklist, they need to be ready.
BMM is still super good, right? Especially if you give him a champion that he can carry on. Like the amount of time that he bought for his team and his teammates, that Vladimir pick was definitely the reason why Cerberus Esports is enjoying the Baron buff right now.
He is very independent as well. He can 2v1, maybe even 3v1 as he gets his next item after cashing in, going back into the base. And G2 Blacklist, they're losing vision, they're losing priority, they're losing towers as well in the process. 13 minutes into the game, Cerberus Esports continue to scale.
And so now Taku will have all the confidence that he needs to go for a split push action here. 1-3-1 being set up by Cerberus Esports. Still half on the duration of the Baron buff, and Cerberus Esports, little by little, securing towers after towers.
And G2 Blacklist is feeling the pressure indeed. Cerberus Esports being very methodical, being very safe as well in their approach. They're not anymore that team that just recklessly goes in. They take things, they take time to actually chew their food, and they take all out their turrets as well.
And so now in the mid lane, they will try to focus it down. Genza though, half health already, and there could be a potential engage by Draw any minute now. He has to be careful. Bloodthirster is going to help him sustain by a bit. Genza again with the life steal, but that's it. That's the Baron power play coming from Cerberus Esports. Still a very good upswing for them. That's a total of 2, maybe even 3k gold advantage that they were able to get off of one big objective.
Yeah. And the problem here for G2 Blacklist as well, right, is since they're more focused on defensive playstyle with the Stand United of that Shen of KD, they're only engaged, or only proper engaged actually, is the Gragas of Draw. That body slam into the cast. And as long as Cerberus Esports keeps track of them, they're gonna be fine.
Now I wonder what the QSS for Golden Kite is for. right? Like sure, assault and battery or all those possible knockups coming from Genza. You kind of want to make sure that you don't get hit by them by going for the QSS, but against the Vladimir, it's definitely useless. Especially knowing that BMM right now is standing on a 5-on-1. Like, what? That dude is really being the best possible carry for Cerberus Esports right now while waiting for Genza to scale up. Akeno going in. Now, this is going to be third dragon, but no soul for contestation. This is a 1-to-1 in terms of Dragon Point. So now G2 Blacklist, if they ever challenge this, it's just going for to be for the stats.
And BMM is just waiting by the corner. Draw missing that cast. That's gonna be very important. Teammate trying to get the steal but won't be successful at it. BMM closing the distance onto Ime. They don't focus on him right now, but is trying to survive. KD's gonna be there a little bit late on the taunt, and Akeno backline breach. Can someone actually be in trouble? Boom! Zap gets a kill on the Tristana, but Wyman is gonna be in the vicinity trying to get in the front line. Joining right now, but BMM, the transfusion will not be helpful this time around. G2 Blacklist actually outfight them, out-teamfight them despite losing the objective.
It started so well for Cerberus Esports. They were able to get the heads off Ime, but then again, the primary target should always be Demon Kite. Demon Kite was still so flashy, was still very golden when it comes to his kiting skills. Now Draw and company trying to sniff out Y1. They don't know that Y1 is here. Finally, something happened. Golden Kite going in is Y1 against 3 people. They want to make sure. Alright, finally, Y1 is going to die to the hands of KD. That's a jungler down by... that's the jungler down for Cerberus Esports. And now G2 Blacklist, they can still go for a reset here, Kiang.
Yeah, reset and then go for the Baron. No jungler to contest this objective unless the pressure of BMM is still going to be there. Great position for Ime though. And actually get a good catch here onto Genza. Let's see.
Taku.
Start to Baron. Ime gets spotted out. Sends out the needles to just...
No jungler.
Great damage onto the Baron as well.
And so now G2 Blacklist, very methodical. Ime though.
They turn. They want to burst him out, but is actually delaying the inevitable. Is able to back away successfully. Aaron though, a little bit overextended. Can he actually get the steal? The answer is no. And they back away successfully. G2 Blacklist gets the Baron.
Again, the advantage by G2 Blacklist, you give them the best opportunity to really secure a big objective by having your jungler down, and G2 Blacklist will not hesitate to pounce. The best part of it is that G2 Blacklist does not need to rush. The Elder Dragon is not going to spawn up in another 20 seconds, and so now G2 Blacklist, it's their turn to use this buff to their advantage.
Their turn to pressure the side lanes. It's their turn to manipulate the positions here of Cerberus Esports. Gather some gold as well and maybe establish vision on the spot side river.
4-0-7 for Golden Kite. The guy that turns everything into gold is still immortal. Deathless. 4-0-7 on the Zeri. And he's been the focal point of G2 Blacklist attack time and time again. Whenever he doesn't get focused by Cerberus Esports, he's just doing wonders for his team.
Oh yeah. G2 Blacklist this time taking the tower as well. Slowly but surely equalizing the structure takedown of Cerberus Esports. They want to secure mid, but BMM is in the vicinity. And with Akeno involved, this is just great zoning from Cerberus Esports.
Baron push is full committed here by G2 Blacklist. KD!
Oh, backline! KD actually will miss the snare there. And Cerberus Esports will be able to back away. Taunt, unfortunately, did not connect from KD. But great pressure nonetheless. They will be able to take this tower in the mid lane. The only thing left is bot lane.
I just want to say that I believe that KD did try to predict the flash of Cerberus Esports.
We saw you.
Yep. Nice try, I guess. That's what I want to say. Oh, we are getting some stats here. 2,429 Baron power play by G2 Blacklist. I'm understanding now the language.
So
what a development. But anyway, G2 Blacklist back into action here. Elder Dragon being started by Cerberus Esports.
We saw them being very effective a while ago in the last dragon that they have acquired despite losing the team fight. But let's see this time. Stand United gonna be used a little bit early and was blocked by Akeno, but great cast coming in here to isolate Akeno. Ime as well is safe so far. But Aaron is a little bit too far. Great engage coming in from Y1, but it's immediately countered there by the members of G2 Blackness. Great shockwave as well to just deal damage. BMM a little bit low, half HP already, might need to back away.
Golden Kite's not stopping anytime soon. He's still shredding down a Keno, and G2 Blacklist knows that they have the advantage. They are trying to rush down the Elder Dragon. Cerberus Esports, Y1 though, has Warmogs. He's healing up very, very fast.
Two choices for Cerberus Esports. Do they back away or do they commit here with low HP? Pressure in the top lane as well by Ime is just fantastic here for G2 Blacklist. They're also just manipulating the positions right now with Cerberus Esports, making them double think their actions right now and in their plans. Great vision established as well by G2 Blacklist in this bot side river.
Can I just say Y1's Warmog's armor is so clutch. Had it been that Y1 did not have that item, it would have been a very easy secured Elder Dragon for G2 Blacklist. Stand United.
Great body slam. Genza been actually gets pressed away by the shockwave, and now Cerberus Esports will actually be in trouble. Y1 as well. Low HP, desperately trying to survive. It will be falling down as well. BMM might be the hero that Cerberus Esports needs. Tries to go with the damage, but is being kited away by G2 Blacklist. 2,000 left on the Elder, and G2 Blacklist will just secure this 200. And G2 Blacklist still secures it. BMM though is still alive, dealing the damage necessary here for Cerberus Esports. But gets bursted away. Attack the only one left. But G2 Blacklist still gets a win.
There was no one to really kill down the Vladimir. Golden Kite got targeted, got eliminated, and so the Vladimir was free to cast his skills over and over again. In the end, Cerberus Esports was able to get the Elder Dragon. Clutch play coming from Cerberus Esports. BMM playing out of his mind today. Let's look at that replay once again. Another great engage by Draw. Going all in, using the Stand United to wombo combo everyone. But Golden Kite finally got focused down by Cerberus Esports. And CES with the damage, with the sustain. All this long drawn out team fights is going to their advantage. Just looking at how BMM played this, it's out of this world.
I actually thought that G2 Blacklist secured the Elder, but at 200 HP, BMM stole it out. Definitely is a shining moment and hope for Cerberus Esports.
And so now the Elder Dragon is still alive and kicking for just one member, and that's Taku. G2 Blacklist needs to respect that. And this classic, the PH versus Vietnam, always goes down to the wire. Cerberus Esports still alive and kicking. Oh, yeah, I know. Oh, yeah. Y1 is spotted here for sure. G2 Blacklist knows that this Baron is getting started.
Yeah, BMM is taunting G2 Blacklist right now. They actually turn. Cease and desist. Assault and Battle is going to be here onto KD. And also for Borch God. That's so many things invested by Esports. Akeno though going to be pressured. Focused here by G2 Blacklist. Aaron though needs to back away. This is a tanky champion, an Ornn, and soaking the damage. The Jace is popped up. GA gonna be popped as well here for the Zeri. Flashing away. Way1 is gonna catch him though. This is troubling for G2 Blacklist. Cerberus Esports might have found the perfect opportunity to wipe them all out. And they're not stopping right now. KD desperately trying to survive, but BMM will just suck the blood out of this champion. And there's only Draw remaining alive to defend the space. Ime
was late to the party. He was split pushing all the while. And G2 Blacklist did not want to fight that 4v5. Cerberus Esports was there to capitalize.
And they will rush towards the Nexus. Draw is the only one left, desperately trying to defend. But everything will be in vain. Cerberus Esports gets game number 1.
A very good game overall. Cerberus Esports coming out on top in a very clutch team fight. The Guardian Angel got popped. And it was just a matter of time. Genza rocket jumping in, eliminating the primary target. We were